Definitely my peak back in the day. The camera work from Ollie is at its best, as is the camera quality. My effects aren't too awful and they're meaningfully placed, not like the Zelda pitch shifting video where I turned myself into a lampshade for most of it. The shots and the cuts that I spliced together were quite stylish. Some of the visual gags I actually liked, and some of the rap lines I think aren't that bad either.
The number of pages, 1,300. I went to the library, I roared, I thundered. How many books is that? Don't give me a tricks. Then she looked up on the data and she answered 66. Good God!
When I eventually did a vlogging video related to this one, I even tried rapping in that one.
I'd like to take this opportunity to say a thank you. Without you beautiful people, I just don't know what I would do.
Okay, that's enough of that.
This then, very sadly, leads us on to the final video of the original Cat Icarus era. My swan song, my magnum opus, my requiem mass in D minor. How to pull birds.
Hello, my duckies, and welcome to How to Pull Birds.
Yes, what you just saw there was the birth of Q. And I still use that phrase occasionally today, just 10 times classier. So tell me, young me, how does one pull a bird?
Listen, one, trickster musicians.
Okay, as awful as this part of my video making career is, I have to admit I do really love that shot. That took us about half an hour to get as well. The timing with every type of bus and lorry that drove past, and the speeds they were going, and Ollie not having the camera ready, and it was a nightmare. The premise of this video is very simple. I am trying to tell this girl at a bus stop how I feel about her. And by the way, that's Ollie's girlfriend's sister. Wouldn't that have been awkward? But for some reason, I can't talk. So instead, I whip out my phone, get the kazoo out of my pocket that I carry around everywhere because you never know when you need a kazoo, and gear myself up for a song. And with that final cure, that was it for old school Cat Icarus. I got around 157 subscribers after this, and then I gave game reviewing a shot, which all of a sudden took off, and I never looked back. All of this stuff, it was fun, it was a learning experience, but man, looking back, it was dreadful.
If you're sitting at home right now, stuck in isolation, not sure what to do, trying to find some way to kill the time, and want to give this YouTube malarkey a shot, just remember this. I'm not the only example to take notes from. We're all bad when we start making videos. We are all terrible, especially if you go into this with no prior experience to most of the software or the internet or anything like I did. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But the important thing, above anything else, is that you have fun. And in these trying times we're all going through right now, we need to take all the little bits of fun we can get.
Unless you've got plenty of prior experience of presenting, writing, video editing, how the YouTube game works, unless you've got any of that before going into this kind of thing, just remember that it takes a lot of time, effort, trial, error, and failure before you get into a groove with any style of video making. I mean, back then, I was so confused as to why nobody was watching or subscribing to me, because regardless of quality, I was grinding my soul into these videos while still at school, while I had multiple part-time jobs. So to see the videos flop or fail is heart-rending for a young person, especially when these videos could take you weeks upon weeks to complete. It makes you think that your work hours must reflect your success, but that's just not how it goes. And sometimes you can talk to channels with 1 million+ subscribers to this day, and they will say the same thing. Your work hours will not always reflect how well you do. In the beginning though, people will not go crazy for you and share you around because you're just not going to be that great. You're going to be rough around the edges, but embrace it. Use it as an experience to keep on improving, and eventually
we're gonna get Wat wil je aan horen? Oké, dan denk ik straks terug. Bye bye. Ja. Eerst wat zitten knoeien en dan afzetten. Oké, bye bye.